Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Ain't Off for the Streets. Welcome to the Ain't Off for the Streets podcast. You feel me? We got a special guest on the podcast today. A dope Toronto rapper that's been doing his thing in the city, been dropping songs after songs. He just donated some guap to a music fund. You feel me? The man just donated like 5 bands. You support the movement. You feel me? So shout out to 724 Kapo. What Kapo was popping, man? How you doing, man?
You already know. Feel me? Blessed, just here cooling.
You good?
Regular
You
day.
good?
Yeah.
Ah, say less, say less. I see you smoking a thing. You smoking a big fat one. I see you, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Yo, just to start the whole interview, man. I just want to ask you, like, what's popping? How you been, man? How's like, what's going on with you?
I just been cooling stuff. I just been working on my merch. You know what I mean? My TLM merch, you feel me?
Yeah, yeah,
I have
yeah.
TLM mask out right now.
Well, that's dope. That's
I've been
dope.
working on some more music and stuff like that. I've been in the studio lately, working on a tape.
Okay, say less, say less. So, like, okay, so for people that don't know you, so this video, this podcast about to go on YouTube and all podcast platforms and things like that. So, can you tell them a little bit about yourself, like where you from, a city you repping, and also like what got you into doing music?
I'm from Toronto, you know what I mean? Repping Neptune Block, you know what I mean? Things like that. What got me into music is like the things we've been through, just the struggles in life and stuff. Kind of did what I want to do for the neighborhood, put my neighborhood on the map, you feel me?
Okay,
Things like that, let everybody know we're out here too.
okay, true, 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 true. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, like, so growing up, like, what kind of music did your parents listen to? Like, what are some of your influences?
Or like growing up like reggae, shit like that. But like my mom listens to like a lot of hip hop and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
Biggie and stuff, things like that, but more on the R&B vibe, like she still listen to Jodeci, you know what I mean? All that stuff, like different, old school stuff, Levon, Mary J. Blige,
Okay,
Faith, all that
okay,
stuff.
okay. So, what was the first hip hop artist you listened to and be like, "Damn, I like this shit. I want to start rapping now." Like, who was the artist that really influenced you to get in the booth?
It might sound weird, but like, yo, I used to hear DMX and be like, yo, this guy is snapping. Like, yo, I used to hear that guy and be like, this guy's crazy, he's tweaking and stuff. And then like my uncles and stuff, used to listen to Styles P and Jadakiss the Locks. So
Oh,
like,
oh,
more inspired by like, the old school type vibe.
old school type vibe. Okay, DMX is dope, but DMX got beef with Toronto. You
I
feel me?
know.
DMX got
Yeah,
beef.
it got
He was just
fucked up.
dissing Toronto. He was just dissing
Yeah.
Toronto on fucking Drink Champs podcast. Like, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about DMX calling people in Toronto stupid?
The man's smoking. You know what he's smoking on, so he can't really take his words for anything serious.
Yeah.
It's like taking a bomb, no disrespect there. Like, someone that's smoking on what he's smoking on the road serious. You can't take those people serious.
I feel you, man. I was like, yo, what's wrong with this guy, man?
He was
Toronto,
probably looking for something to smoke at the time, and whatever happened.
let
Like,
it happen, it happens, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you might be right, man. I don't know what the hell happened. Why would he do this Toronto like that? There's a
Facts, facts.
backstory from what I've been hearing. There's a few
They
back
got robbed or something.
some shit. But yeah, man, that's dope. That's dope. You got inspired by what you call it, DMX and Jada Kiss and things like that. So you feel like the type of music you put out, do you feel like you're trying to be lyrical in your songs? You trying to drop some bars, or you go more with the more melodic, or you trying
It's
to do trap type songs?
it's more like, yeah, I'm trying to like be versatile with it. Like, I can show you I can come on that hard shit. I can show you I can come on that melodic shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not like gonna like act like, yo, I'm too gangster to sing for the shorties or things
yeah.
like that. Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Music's music. You know what I mean? This is an art. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Fact. So what's your creative process like? So do you write your own music, or do you have you have people that be in the studio with you to help you out? Like, what's your creative process like?
Like at the beginning, I'll be honest, like when I started rapping, I just did, like I said, I just did for the dogs, them, things like that. I wasn't taking it that serious.
Yeah,
But I wasn't writing that at the beginning at all. Like, you know what I mean? My whole first tape with TLM, I never wrote. Like, if you taking some of the lyrics that I'm saying, like it's not even like I mess up or like it's like I switch it up because I never wrote it. Like, you know, I punch back in or, you know, jump back onto the track. I never like had the time. I never actually sat down and wrote a 16. You know what I
You
mean?
freestyle it.
Yeah, so I freestyled my whole first tape. You know what I mean? Just punching, freestyle, punching, freestyle, punching, and then like I'd have a song and I'm like, oh, this is hard. I made like 20 songs, 25 records, like, you know, 30 records, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put together 10 records and then push out a tape with it, you know, all whatever, you know. But I never really had to like want to tell anybody like, yo, off this, you know, doing this, you know, straight, no freestyle, no pen and pad, like, you know, it was whatever, like, you know, because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't serious about it then,
Yeah.
you know. But now, like, you know, I'm serious, and now I'm getting the platform to be letting people know, like, yeah, that whole first tape was like, you know, freestyle
Okay.
live.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
So what's your take on the, because in hip hop these days there's been a big debate about ghostwriting and if you gotta write your own rhymes and things like that. So what's your take on a ghostwriter or having a ghostwriter to write your rhymes for you?
I feel like, yo, man, we're in the world, like, you learn, you go to school, right? Like, fuck, if you go to school, you know English, you know how to write, make a rhyme, you should be able to put your shit together. Like, I don't really support the ghostwriting stuff, you know. I feel like, you know,
So you okay? Okay, let me ask you this
but
question. So you don't
it's
support
whatever sometimes, but like, I don't consider that shit. Like, at all. I wouldn't do that. Like, you know,
you wouldn't?
like
Okay, let me ask you this question now. So, okay, great. This writer came up to you or this rapper came up to you and he has this dope ass song. He had the hook ready. He already has the verse ready, and the song sounds like a hit. And all you gotta do is go in the booth and just take the rhymes and just rap whatever he give you. Give you the reference track. You just gotta rap the reference track. You wouldn't do it.
no, 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 no.
Nah, you wanna do it. Yeah.
I want to hear nothing after the fact. Like, yo, I did that for you, or I want to hear that shit.
Okay, I
Like,
see. All
it was
right,
all
all
music,
right,
you know.
all right. I see. I guess it's in you then. You just a rapper, because not everybody could just easily just rap rhymes and things like that. Some people need help. You know what I mean? Some people need the help. They need a ghostwriter to be in the studio to help them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Well, like, I'm just like rapping, like, yo, like when I was younger, I used to, like, you know, just rap on the block and do little freestyles and shit. So now I'm just like, you know, that's what I just do. I was going to booths, I was do shit like that. That's at first. But now, like, now I've been writing and shit, you know. 'Cause I really want to, like, you know, stand up. 'Cause I know I could easily like write, you know, if I could freestyle, pretty sure I could write down everything I was freestyling plus more, you know what I mean? And make it more interesting. You know what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say?
So okay. So how would you describe the type of music you make then? Like what type of music do you feel like you make?
Like that new age hip hop, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like what's going on right now, like, you know, I could adapt to it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I listened to that old stuff. Yeah, I was probably like, I'm, you know what I mean? But I could adapt to this new music shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, and make new music and shit, but like everything, like, you know, I don't know. To me, like, the rap scene in Toronto is obviously different than the rap scene in America, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's looking for that American vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
same
You're right.
time, you know? So like, if you're not really like open to that shit, I don't really, you know, you're not gonna really see much opportunities because you gotta kind of be open to that type of shit. You know what I mean? Be able to come off with that, with the words different. Cause we speak proper English in Canada. You know what I mean? So when we're rapping, shit's coming too correct. You know what I mean? When you're writing shit, you're coming too correct and like, yeah, to you, you're like, yeah, I want to make sense, perfect sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like that's not how it was going with the beat. Like, you know what I mean? People want to hear the slang with it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
vibe good type shit. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Like
fact.
thing, like, you know what I mean? Little shit like that.
Yeah,
Like, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, okay, true that.
Like,
Okay,
yeah.
so what's your background? Like where your family from?
Jamaica stuff. My family's from Jamaica stuff.
Okay, so you never
Yeah.
really like tap into the dancehall and reggae vibes, or you just mostly just straight hip hop.
Nah, but I'm gonna tap into it for sure. You
You're
know,
gonna tap,
that's like
you're
something
gonna,
that has to happen. You know,
you're gonna tap
that's like,
into some dancehall.
yeah, yeah, it has to happen. You know, it has to happen. Gotta get the culture in you, you know?
Yo,
Has to happen.
yo, facts. I had a interview with with a reggae artist, a dancehall artist, and that we were discussing how the whole slings in Toronto, the whole vibe, the whole culture in Toronto is kind of like inspired by Jamaicans. You feel me? Jamaica
Yeah,
kind of like started the whole slings. If you speak in slang in Toronto, it's kind of like Jamaican slang. If you go to Jamaica, that's how they talk. You know what I mean?
yeah. Facts.
You feel me? So do you
Yeah.
feel like Jamaicans get enough credit for creating the culture in Toronto?
I'm pretty sure they do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody knows. Like, everybody knows. If people don't know, like, Jamaica has a huge impact on Toronto culture, they're lying. You know?
Big facts.
Like, come on, like you go to Maisha's right now. You go anywhere like Maisha's, wherever you're going, like, you know, I don't eat from there, you know. People you always just shout them out. But yo, you could go wherever, like, you know,
Yeah,
I'm just talking from something I used to do when I was a kid. But yo, you can go wherever, you're gonna see white people walking in the store, Chinese people, brown people, whatever, like all cultures walking in the store, you know what I mean?
it's true. It's true.
Buying oxtail, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, fucking shit. I love Jamaican food for real, for real.
Yeah, so you could
Jamaican.
tell, like,
Yeah, but and also a Jamaican guy created hip hop. You know what I mean? So it's like Jamaica really have the influence on a lot of things. You know,
yeah, facts.
like on some real shit. They really have like the impact on a lot of things. But yeah, so like as being a Toronto rapper and being from Canada, like what's your take on the whole music industry in Toronto and in Canada in general? What do you see it going?
Like, I'm gonna lie, like, you know, like we're getting a lot of recognition out there and stuff, you know. And I'm telling you, like even with the playoffs that we won, like that obviously brought a lot of, you know, light to our city and stuff like that. People are taking it to Toronto now, like for sure. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you know, like it's kind of hard for us to kind of stand out because we're Canadians, you know what I mean? They don't really want to let us in the door, but it is what it is, you know? We have like the biggest artists in the world, you know what I mean?
big
So
fact, big fact. So just moving on what you just said, knowing that we have the biggest artists in the world, such as Drake, The Weeknd. Now we got Tory Lanez out there doing this thing, Nav out there doing this thing, and Presser's out there really doing this thing as well, right? So why do you feel like there's still more? There's still way more Canadians out there. There's freaking Daniel Caesar, the freaking R&B artist, doing his thing as well. There's so many Canadians out there doing their thing. But what I wanted to ask you, right? I posted a post the other day on my page, and I was saying how artists from the city don't really have to leave the city. All we really need is get the infrastructure in the city, get the city popping, so no one have to leave and go to LA, go to Miami, go to New York, and things like that. So, do you feel like artists need to leave the city to make it in the hip hop industry, or can they just blow
uh,
up in Toronto first, then branch off type thing?
like like in a way we do, like, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot more out there to offer, you know. Can't really keep your mind trapped, you know. That's where I was going with TLM thing too. Like, you know, the trap mentality. You gotta get out there more, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot more. When I went to London, England, like, you know, just
Yeah,
it's
fact.
different. Everything's different, you know. You're out there, you know, when I was out there in Miami, I went to Miami, everything's different, you know what I mean? So it's good to tap in with everything out there. Not saying like, you know, but like to know like you come from a city, I'm pretty sure everybody that wherever they come from, you don't really want to stay there. Like, you know what I mean? You want to get out. Like, come on, like it's like, no, why would I want to be somewhere I've been my whole life? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But what I'm trying to ask you, like, do you feel like okay, great, you've been here your whole life. Do you feel like okay, great, you have to move to Atlanta, okay, to make it in the rap game, or can you just build up your 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 music business here in
I
Toronto,
feel
then
that
off?
I I feel like you do because like the hate in the city's crazy, you know, and the population in the states is more. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could be in a city in a town in the states and get 1 million views off of just the people in the city and the town. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Which in Toronto you have to get off the whole, that you basically getting your 1 million views off of the whole of Canada. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you know, in a good percentage of the whole of Canada. So at the end of the day, it's just like the states has it does, you know, have more to offer with the music industry. I believe, you know, right now, regardless, you know, they've been doing their thing. Like, come on, like, you know,
Okay. Get you. That's a valid answer. But do you think like with the help of the internet kind of like eliminate the fact that you need to travel to the states to do that because you have access to like a billion of people on the internet on your phone. You know what I mean? You could easily just
Yeah,
post something. Just case example, such as a kid named Doovie 17 Doovie from Jane and Finch. Right
yeah,
now,
shout out to them.
shout out to Doovie. He's it's super bumping on the internet. You know what I mean? And it's from Jane and Finch. I'm sure the people that really like support him going in his comments are not just from Toronto. You know, I'm sure they're not just from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
his block. They're probably from all over the world. You know, but the fact
Facts.
that he's getting so much engagement on his page, that's how the labels were able to kind of like recognize. Oh shit, who the fuck is this kid? He's booming. Like everybody's shouting him out. But I feel like that's the reason why I kind of said that. I'm like, yo, you really could just make it from the city on the internet. You know what I mean? You could
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
in Toronto on the internet. You know, because I know a lot of artists that moved to New York or moved to whatever, and they still didn't get no love. Because there's rappers in New York that ain't getting no love. They're not even getting love from their radio stations. You feel me? So I feel like with the help of the internet, artists don't really need to leave. They just need to set their base in the internet, put out consistent content, and build up their fan base. Then okay, great. Then do collaborations with American artists. Then that's how I feel like you'll be able to cross over after you build the foundation. Uh, you already in your city on the internet. You know, I feel like the internet is the world.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like real shit, cause the internet you could easily just make it seem like you're really balling on the internet. You actually just create a personality just on there. You know what I mean?
yeah. There's a
Yeah.
lot you do on the cap shit, like, you know.
Yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers are not cap shit for real. But yeah,
Mhm.
I seen a lot of the songs that you released previously. You have a lot of features from your camp, like you know what I mean. So what I
Yeah.
want to ask you, like, besides your camp, besides the dudes you work with on your team, on your squad, which other artists do you feel like you want to collaborate with?
From where though, like not in the city.
Nah,
You mean
it could
out
be,
of the city.
it could be Toronto, Canada, the states. Like, where do you see yourself collaborating with?
Fuck. Try to do that. I'll do a collab like with Derek. Vaughn. It was like Derek, you know what I mean? RP Vaughn and them, you know what I mean? I'd forget like I'll do like a collab with like fuck. Just try to do a collab with Pooh Shiesty or something, like you know what I mean?
Yep, yep,
New artists is like that just came out, ESTG, shit like that,
yep, yep, yep.
you know? Like if I'll try to go throwback too and get like Jada Kiss and them niggas, like, you know, do little collabs with them and stuff, but that'll be like legendary type shit, you know? That'd be like really off like, you know, those ones on my bucket list. Like,
Yeah, facts, facts. Yeah, one thing I feel like that's like a hack. I feel like artists should really tap in. It's like, because now Push IC is like up there now. His feature price was probably like two bands before, like a band before. You know what I
I
mean?
have an email, I mean not email, a DM. I have a feature with his, I don't know if his cousin, brother, or whatever, right? Baby Shiesty, right? I have a feature with Baby Shiesty. He was hitting me up when they first came out. I was hitting him up, and he gave me a feature price of 7,500 for Pooh Shiesty. You know what I mean?
Wow,
I don't know why I didn't take it. You know what I mean? But
that's
like,
probably like 50 bands now.
that'd been $10,000 Canadian. You know, and I'm like, yo, fuck. Like, I'm not really like, you know, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm out here for real. I don't even care. Like, I just don't want to like waste my money. Like, yo, me like with this rap shit. Remember, I wasn't used to this. Like, I didn't understand the pay to play game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking at like, yo, 10,000 just for a nigga to say or 1, 2 words on a verse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different for me. Like, I was like, that's crazy. Like, you know.
That's
But
probably
now
gonna.
I understand it. Like, you know, now I understand it. Right now I paid that $10,000 one time, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah, 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 yeah.
it's too late. Now it's 30, 32,
It's been
probably
like 50 bands.
32,000.
That's what I was about
Yeah,
to
50.
say. Sometimes like as artists, if you like on the come up as well, I'm sure artists recognize other artists from other cities, from like New York, ATL, that they see that's on the come up. To me, if I was an artist and I see the artist that's on the come up, that's getting some light, some love, I would hit him up, be like, yo, if I knew Ghana or some shit like that, yo, what's poppin'? What's your feature prices? 1,000? Let's lock that shit in. You know what I mean? Just lock
Yeah.
in the feature. and just
Yeah,
build the
I'm
buzz.
fine for that one.
You know what I mean? You know, one person I feel like that did that in the city. Uh, Big Lean. Big Lean was getting features like crazy. He had a feature with Chief Keef. He had he had features with bare artists. You know what I mean? He just tapped in with
Mm,
them when they were like super early. You feel me? So I feel like
no,
tapping in with artists super early is a good look. You know what I mean?
yeah, RP Von. I was fucking with his young boy, O Block Gooch, right? I have a feature with him, and he was supposed to get signed by Von and everything, and I was supposed to go to Atlanta
Oh,
and do the video with him in
oh,
Atlanta. I'm pretty sure he would have been with Von and them clearly because he
yeah,
got
yeah,
signed to them, right?
yeah.
So it would have been a proper video, you know what I mean? It would have been crazy. But he got sentenced to 8 years, you know what I mean?
Oh
Free
man.
him, you know what I mean? And Vaughn passed away, so it's just crazy, you know what I mean? It's crazy. One went to jail and then one passed away, you know what I mean? The nigga that was about to sign him passed away, like
And move.
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. R.I.P. Von for real. That was one of my new favorite artists. So moving from what you just said, from the answer you just said, right? From Von being passing away, from his artists getting locked up. Do you feel like that being a rapper is kind of like one of the most dangerous job to have?
Yeah, you putting your head out there for real. You putting your neck out there for sure. Like, like especially like for your neighborhood or whatever area you come from, you're obviously putting your face out there, and everybody know it, that's where you stand from, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, anybody from your neighborhood could go fucking slap the shit out of someone or go rob them, and then you don't even know that's your problem. But that because you're the face of the neighborhood, for sure that's your problem, you know. You know what I mean? So that's it's a fucked up situation, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's why kind of people want to get out, because there's so much going on in the city to deal with, but behind being a rapper, when people go to the States and stuff, they're not worried about that shit. Going to clubs comfortably, everything comfortably.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see where you're coming from with that. So you feel like when an artist go to the states, they're not worrying about, oh shit, I'm from Jane and Finch, I'm from this, I'm from Malvern. You know, they in the states, they're in Chicago. They don't know nowhere in Chicago. You know,
Nah, for
so you're right. They're
sure.
not repping no block in New York. You know
Yeah,
what
for
I mean?
sure. Nah. Yeah,
I
yeah,
see where
yeah.
I see definitely where you're coming from. So how do you feel like from seeing numerous rappers getting shot or being locked up? Just recently, a lot of rappers just got locked up in Toronto. So how do you feel like rappers should move nowadays?
Now, pardon me, how we should move nowadays?
Yeah, how do you feel like rappers should move, especially if you got a name to yourself? You know?
Fuck. I don't even know. I have no advice on that really, but like just move how you gotta move. Like it's kind of like this, cause I ain't gonna tell nobody stay inside. I ain't gonna tell nobody to go hide. Like you know what I mean? I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah.
But just do your thing. You know what I mean? Just bro, just stay on point, stay woke. Like you know what I mean? Make sure you're watching everything. It's kind of hard to tell people how to move. Because
Big
everyone's
facts. Big facts.
their
I
own
was
person.
I had an interview with Jay Prince from Houston, and I asked him that question, and he was like, "Yo, rappers should start moving with security. You know what I mean? Especially if you got a name, you need to hire some security. You know what I mean? You gotta move right. If you go to a city, you gotta fucking hire fucking security. That's pretty much what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's big money. That's big budget money right there.
That's big. That's big money. When you're getting that money, you gotta spend the bread. You feel me?
Big
Like for real,
money. Yeah,
for real, for real. That's like an investment. No cap. Yeah, no cap. But yeah, I wanted to ask you that as well. So like when it comes to the city, I feel like Toronto is getting a lot of love when it comes a lot of attention on the rap scene, right? But not too many artists are making it out. They're getting the attention, but they're not making it out. Such as Academics was given had a live or whatever, maybe it was showcasing rappers in the city and things like that. But why do you think like these labels are still reluctant to sign these artists, to sign artists from Toronto?
it's Canadian vibe. Like I'm telling you, they want the American. It's fucked up, but they want that American vibe with it. That American swag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only not a lot of people could pull that off. You know what I mean? As you can see, only one person pulling that off that I can see, like Doovie. Doovie's pulling that off. Like you know what I mean? Where it's like they could accept him. Like you know what I mean? Like yo. you make music that we can all listen to, we can all fucks with, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like then, some people push themselves out there and just go out there and they accept them, they start accepting them, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? That's what has to happen because it's the Canadian, trust me, bro, it's like hard, for them, it's hard to listen to our music.
You're not
For
you're
the
not
Americans,
you're not
it's
cap.
hard for them to listen to our music.
You're
They
not
hear our music and they're like, yo, some bullshit, like, off the bat. Like, they hear fucking one direct, proper English, and it's
they
just
be like,
bullshit.
ah. That's how they be saying.
I want to
That's,
hear that.
yo, that's when they be attention to London, the England artists. You know what I mean? They be like, ah, what are these niggas the same? But these
Yeah,
niggas
like,
got knives and shit.
no, you're putting bars in your raps and saying, yo, I'm cheese, or they'll be like, what the fuck is that? Like, you know what I mean? You can't say that in your bars now. Like, can't
Yo,
put shit like that.
yo, that only Drake is able to do shit like that now because it's up there now. Now you could,
Yeah, so you can let them
like,
know. Like, he'll let them
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah,
after.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, like, you guys want to laugh with me? He'll laugh with them. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But,
shoot.
like, for us to do it, it's like, bro, what did you do to yourself? Like,
Yo, you make a valid point. I never really took it in like that. It's true though, cause like it's true, cause like,
Yeah, it's hard for them to hear us.
yo, you made me laugh because it's so true. Not, I remember Drake made a song and he said some Toronto lingo, and I went on Twitter. People on Twitter, what the hell Drake mean by when he said domas? What?
Yeah,
Anyway, googling that shit, and people
yeah,
in Toronto was trying to explain what it means. I was like, yo, so imagine being a upcoming Toronto artist and you just straight Toronto lingo type shit. So it's kind of like hard for them to accept you for real. So you're not capping on that.
yeah. You have to be open minded. Trap lives matter. You know what I mean? See, I guess.
Okay,
Gotta
say
be
less, say less. But yeah, so what you got coming up though? Like, I see you just dropped that song. Let me just play that song you just dropped called "Different Streams." Like, what was that song is about?
like put TLM on my back. Like I'm trying to put it on the map. Like put my neighborhood on the map with that. Like you know what I mean?
What is TLM? What is that?
Trap lives matter. You know what I
Is that
mean?
a record label or just that? Is that a group?
It's trap lives matter right now. Right now it's just merch I'm selling right now. You know what I mean? It's a movement. You know what I mean? It's like more like the trap mentality. People think a lot of people probably think it's like, because the street stuff, so they think it's like has to do with the trap and shit like that.
Yeah.
But nah, it's more the trap mentality, that we live in, like, you know what I mean? Cause like they put us in an environment where like grocery stores right there, the pharmacies right there, your doctors right there, everything you need is right there, the little gyms, this, that,
Got
you know
the
what I mean?
money
To
mark, a
keep
money
you
mark,
in
the
the community.
LCBO. It's true.
You know what I mean? They keep you in the community, keep you locked in the community. So it's just like like it's a blocked mind statement. So you're gonna always know, like, okay, everything's right there. I don't need to go further. I don't need to go nowhere. Like I don't need to go 2 hours away, 3 hours away, 4 hours away. You know what I mean? If you go 3, 4 hours away, you'll see how life is different. You know what I mean? Just 3, 4 hours away, you'll see life is different from out the city. You get what I'm trying to say? So why, like, it's just it's like, it's all a plan. It's just a plot, like, by I don't want to sound like one of those guys, like, the government and shit, but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a plot, bro. It's
It's
a
all about the
plot.
joints. It's all about
Yeah,
the
you know what I
joints.
mean? Trap mentality, TLM, you gotta get out of that, and just explore more, get out there. And I
Yep.
mean, it's for everybody, it's not just, focused on one thing or one culture or one group of people, it's for everybody. So.
Well, just to elaborate on that, what you just said is so true. They kind of do keep us trapped in the block mentality. Because if you go to the suburbs and things like that, to the more bigger house communities, they don't have a little corner store or even like a grocery store in the corner or even LCBO or Money Mart. They don't have none of these things. You feel me? You really
Yeah,
have to get out your neighborhood to go find and drive away to these places. So
exactly.
what you just said is kind of true. They kind of do keep you trapped there, so you don't go further than your neighborhood.
Yeah,
Wow, I never really. That's smart. That's smart the way you think about it like that. That's
yeah.
really smart. But yeah, so elaborate more on the different strains that you drop. What is that song's about?
I was like, yo, it's about like, like just like, different strains. Like first I was like, smoking weed, and I'll be honest, it came up off the top. Like that track, like That's a freestyle too. I didn't even write that track. That track came off the top. I made a track called Identified first. I wrote that though. I made that track and then I just, decided I'll smoke weed. I'm like, yo, kind of loud. Man came in with different weed and like, what kind of loud is this? I'm like, yo, man came with different strings, da, 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 and it was just like, a jump off type of track,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
just started going in. But and it just got deeper as it went with the punch-ins and like, okay, I'm gonna talk about TLM and I'm gonna rock my merch now. And like knowing that I'm gonna so I'm gonna rock my merch for the video and shit like that and push it more. So
okay.
yeah, first it was called Maps though. So it wasn't called like you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to like because I'm like, okay, different strains, even though we made it at first I'm thinking different strains. I'm like, yo, people are gonna think like,
It's about
on
weed.
that
Oh yeah, I know what you
that
said.
hood
Yeah,
that block shit, that different strain shit.
yeah,
But
yeah.
and then I switched it to maps, like TLM on my back maps, you know what I mean? But I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna keep it like how it is. Like
No,
niggas can't tell me.
it sounds dope because you make people think. Okay, that's what you think. Okay, think whatever you
Yeah,
think it is. But yeah, let me just play people a little snippet of the song so they could get accustomed to what type of music you put out and things like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Who made the beat?
These folks got to hear this shit saucy.
I found the beat on YouTube and then I bought the beat off the person.
Okay.
Let that shit ride, 88.
Oh, one second, I'm back. I got
Yo, that's different strings by Kapo.
Running off with the pack, there ain't no coming back. Intercepting the pack, he getting mommy rap. These niggas talking about trap, but they ain't know about trap. I'm talking EB on that, TLM on my back. I pull up in the cat, and I get on my whack. These niggas talking this shit, oh yeah, we on the map. A different lane, different string, ain't know about that. Different game, different chain, ain't know about that. I hear all to the chat, oh yeah, they talk about cap. So why they acting like that, when I don't want all that? And nigga all on the ground, and he leaking my flat. And yeah, I'm getting this money, yeah, we offered it that. So why you niggas wanna talk shit? Ooh, hollow tips when I chalk you. These niggas talking like they want it. I know they really, really want me to tell them get him off. You know, I kill them softly. Pop a perk and chill, you know the deal. Show you in the field, she know the deal. And you know what's real, and this is real. And this is real. They in the field.
Okay, this was 724 Capo. The song is called Different Strains. Make sure you guys check it out on all streaming platforms. Yo, the beat was dope. The song was really dope. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
like, where do you find all your beats? You find all your beats on YouTube. You just go on YouTube and find.
yeah, yeah.
You don't have a producer that you're working with directly?
Nah.
Nah. Okay,
The
okay,
other thing I've been like this YouTube beat, just message, email the person and just buy the beat off of them or whatever.
okay. So
So
that's how you do it then.
yeah,
Okay. All right. So what I want to ask you again, man, like I feel like I said, the city's on the verge right now to be to really to get a next big star. Like you said, Doobie's on the come up right now. He's over to I just seen him just cross to the states over right. He's doing his thing as well, and you on the come up doing your thing. So like, what's next for you? So do you feel like with this rap thing, you just gonna be rapping, or you feel like you're doing the rap thing for an avenue for other things? Are you planning on to getting opening a business, get into real estate, starting your own record label? So what's your plan? What's your goals?
like right now I'm just like right now I'm just gonna push. You know what I mean? If I get if you know what I mean, if I get out there, I get out there right now. But I'm working on like a record label. I want to turn TLM into a record label too. You know what I mean? Like start looking for some young artists and things like that. You know what I mean?
Okay,
And put them on too. You know what I mean?
okay. Yeah,
Everybody got to eat right now. You know?
you're right. Everybody do gotta eat. So do you like I said, man? I had a how you call it? I had a grant writer. I had an interview with him on the podcast, and I was asking him questions about the grants. How do you get qualified for it? And he was showing me like all these things, how you can't curse, you can't be rapping about selling drugs, you can't get grants for that because it's the government that's paying for the grants. And when he said that, I'm like, wow, that's crazy how then who's gonna get the grants when these young rappers out here rapping? They can't get no money because they're not rapping to really like, uh, to like push the drug dealing. They're just rapping about what's going on in the hood, what's going on around them. They're just it's because what I learned about hip hop is kind of like the news. You know, when you listen to the rapper, it's kind of like a newscaster. You know, he's just telling you what's
Yeah,
going on. You know, so do you feel like the city need to invest more in the culture, like, or should the people that's in the culture invest more, like yourself, like you said, starting a label? Should people like you start their own label and start signing artists yourself? What's your take on that?
yeah. I think that's what should be going on. Like, you know what I mean? That would be the next big move. Like, because everybody supporting. That would be like everybody supporting everybody. You know what I mean? Not everybody could be the guy to give other people the opportunity, but if you're the guy to do that, that'd be good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you might as well do that. You know what I mean? That'd be the best bet for the city.
You're right.
Cause
So why do you think the city's reluctant on how you call it, on funding hip hop music?
meaning,
Like, why
like
do you think
meaning.
like they don't want to, like, they don't want to put money in the culture? They don't want to put money. They don't want to open the studios and give these guys free studio time, and they don't want to focus on the art. Why do you think they're not focusing on the art and just helping these kids out? Because these kids really trying to make it out, type shit. You know what I mean?
But it's like you said, a lot of mans are trying and it's not happening, right? So it's like mans don't want to put their time into a lot of people that are not, like, it's messed up. It's just how the world operates. You don't see a lot of people making it out the cities. Like, you know, fuck, it is what it is. You're gonna have to work hard. Like, if you want to make it out, you work harder for that. You know what I mean? Can't really put it on the person that's.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. So
I don't really blame them for not. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
Probably I'm just seeing that, right? Because I'm in the position I'm in, but it's how it is.
yeah.
It's the world.
You see, I feel like watching the states and shit. You see, Atlanta's open up, and we're going through like this whole COVID pandemic and shit. Atlanta's open up, Houston, Miami's open up, Florida, and all that shit, and they're doing shows. But we out here in lockdown for like a year, 2 years, like now. Like, what do you think about this whole COVID shit? Like, what's going on? Like, how you been able to like stay motivated to put music out and stay focused, especially when there's nothing that's open in Canada.
I'd say, like, like, bro, COVID probably destroyed some people, but COVID helped some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people made the smart investments or things like that. It helped them. You know what I mean? So I think if you're just like doing your business, like, you know what I mean? Because I have TLM Incorporated. Like, it's my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
If you're selling stuff and merch and things like that, you're gonna improve and shit. Like, you're gonna be blessed. You're gonna be better off. Like, so that's our time to, like, like, you're not gonna have time to sit down and like stress about what's going on with this whole COVID pandemic if you're doing the right things. You know what I mean? If you're
Facts.
not, then I understand. But it is what it is. Like, bro, you have to read these things. These things are coming. It's on the news. These things it didn't just happen. They let people know it's closing down. People who took it for a joke. That's what happened. People took it for a joke. A lot of people took it for a joke. That's what happened, right? When it first happened, people were taking it for the biggest joke.
It's true. People thought it was fake.
Yeah,
Okay, say less, say less. So I'm glad. Like I said, I see you doing your thing even throughout the whole thing. Like, you can't do shows, clubs shut down. You can't play your music in the clubs and expand your exposure. But you still out here is focusing, dropping videos after videos. Because not every artist could do that. A lot of artists are just giving up on this whole music shit. But yourself, you still going. I feel like the artists who are still going amid this whole pandemic are the one that's gonna come on top when this thing's kind of like when shit starting to open back up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's a big fact. Cause like real shit, that's a super big fact. But yeah,
I
so if
took a break too, right? So
huh?
I took a break too, right? Like, I wasn't rapping for like a year.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So that was okay. That's cool. So when you not rapping for the year, you don't have like a team that would be managing your page, or you managing your YouTube, or just you just doing your thing.
Oh, it's just me just doing my thing. Like, 724 is a movement, but like, we're all working together. But like, at the time, like, we were just chilling, like we all made a good decision, like, we're just gonna chill right now, like, so
Okay.
everyone was just chilling for the year.
Okay.
It's the best bet to, it's the best thing to do, like best decision that we made, like, let's just chill for a year and like
And come back hard.
analyze analyze this game a bit and then come back harder.
Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's sometimes you gotta take a break and analyze things and come with your best punches. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah,
fact.
because Monster Bishop could have dropped the track, Top Gen could have dropped the track. You could make Dio free Dito, you know what I mean? You could make Dito drop a track, but we just decided to just chill, you know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So if you wasn't rapping right now, what would you be doing? Like if you wasn't a rapper,
If I wasn't a rapper,
what would you be
I'd
doing?
just be like, I'll be just taking care of the family, things like that. Probably working a 9 to 5 or shit like that.
So would you be
Nothing
like,
much.
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I feel you. I feel
yeah.
you, bro. But yeah, so based on all the songs that you release, what's your favorite song? Like and like that means the most to you. Do you have like a song you feel like, yo, that's my best song? Like it
Uh,
means, you know?
want me. So
What is that song is about?
um, I was like, I'm like, they really, really want me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the ops, the feds, shit like that.
Oh,
You
okay,
know,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so as like I said, as you throughout your whole musical career and things like that, you growing up as a man, like what's the best advice somebody giving you? Like, yeah, who gave you the best advice and what was that advice?
The best advice was my bad, brother. My bad, brother. The best advice was to stay out of the comments and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, like even when like you're in the comments, like make jokes and shit. Like, don't take it too serious. I don't take the comments serious. Like, even if you see me responding, and, like, shit like that,
Yeah.
I'm not really taking it serious. I'm
Mhm.
just fucking around. Comments I don't take serious. That's what it is, because a lot of people are gonna bash, a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate. It's crazy. Like, it could be anybody behind the computer, like, too. Like, it could be a fucking 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, 7-year-old telling you suck your mom, like, yo, I'm gonna kill you. Like, come on, bro. They're not even showing their face out here, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, there's no point of that shit. Like, I'm telling you that I feel like that's the best, because a lot of people get insecure about the comments and shit. Like, it gets to them. I think that's the best bet still.
You right about that because I one time I did a comment in somebody's page. Yo, they started going in on me comments. Somebody called me a B word, all kinds of things. You know what I mean? So that's when I realized, like, yo, I can't just be in the comments like that, just saying anything, because people be hiding these pages. They have these fake pages, and they just go in. They be the most disrespectful in these comments. You know,
Yeah, 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 for sure. The comment shit could ruin a nigga's day and shit if you taking it
comment
serious.
the comment shit will really ruin your day for real. You're not capping about that. Like
Yeah,
that's a fact. And also, do you feel like one thing I realized about when it comes to hip hop, bro, I realize a lot of artists suffers from a lot of mental health issues such as depression, anxiety. They got trauma from seeing a young homie getting shot and things like that. But it's not talked about in the music like entirely. Nobody really talk about it in the music, and a lot of people don't really talk about it at all. Do you feel like mental health is a topic that rappers should start expressing more, should start talking about more in their music?
nah, nobody can. Nobody, no, like, no this, but like only so much depression you can talk about. Like, like till people like, okay, I don't want to hear that shit no more. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, say what you have to say. Like, let people know if you're feeling away, but it is. I don't know, man. I can't speak on that still, because it's a real thing. Like, mental health is a real thing. Like, there's people out here going to CAMH, this, that, and the third. Like, crazy people out here and shit. But it is what it is. Like, yo, you see shit. Like, try to be stronger than that. You know what I mean? Like, You know what I mean? You see shit, yeah, you might see shit vividly, like, you know, it might happen right in front of you, but bro, like, try to push past that. You know what I mean? If you're not pushing past that, what's the point of even, like, you know, come on, bro. This is life. Like, what's the point of being here if you can't push past something? You know what I mean? You have to
Yeah.
push past everything you go through, you know? You know what I mean? What doesn't break you makes you strong, you know?
You're true that. You're definitely right about that. So, so just to follow my follow up questions, I'm not gonna hold you up for too long. So, what advice would you like to share with with the people that support you, with your supporters right now, on how to keep going and staying positive?
My advice to my supporters and stuff would to be like, you know what I mean? Find things to do. You know what I mean? If you're to be positive and stuff, like just try to find things to do, like, you know what I mean, outside the box thinking. I mean, like, go, like, right now COVID has everything locked down, so it's kind of hard to tell people where to go and stuff. But, like, you know, just do things with family more, you know? Stick with your family more. That's really what it is. Like, you know, like this place is, you know, with COVID going on, especially stick with your family more. You know what I mean?
Ah,
There's
That's
nothing like someone could go out, someone in your household can go outside and get sick today, and then they're, they can't even take the sickness. Some people are getting COVID and they can take it, but some people can't, right? So
you
some
right.
people can't take it, and then you're not gonna see them what, like, in the next, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
all of
yeah.
a sudden they're dying from COVID. Like, stick with your family right now. That would be the best, you know, advice to everybody right now. Just stay with your family, stay around family right now.
Big
You
facts,
know?
big fact. Being able to be around people that support you and love you. That's the best. That's the best advice you could give people right now. Just being around your close friends, family that supports you and keeping your head there. That's the best thing you could definitely advise people.
Yeah.
So if you could change anything about the music industry in Canada, like in Toronto, like what would it be? What would you like to change?
Oh fuck. That sound like, you know, I don't really care. I don't really care. But I do, but I don't. It's the politics and shit. Like, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah,
you know, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. But, like, at the end of the day, like, man's have to, like, you know, like, it would have been better if everybody wasn't like on what they're on, but it's too much, like, you know, loved ones lost and bloodshed for that to even be reversed. You know what I mean? But if Toronto was different and it was more like everyone was more linking with everyone and less violence was going on, for sure, we'd be more out the water with this. You know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. You're
That's
right.
what's really keeping us under, like, right now, you know? And then, like, you have the blog sites to add into it. So it's just, you know, crushing the game even worse, you know?
True
I don't
that.
even think academics helped. You know, he tried to help it, but he wasn't helping. Like, let's be real.
Yo, he tried to help. I just felt like by adding everyone from different blocks that have issues with each other it was like a that was a
He's not
bad.
even tapping back in. When's the last tap back in with Toronto? You
Yeah,
see,
he realized it was a mistake by adding everybody on there. That was like everybody got different issues with each other. You can't have people that have issues that had people that died in different blocks in the same page on the
it's
same block.
really,
That's
it's
crazy.
really because, like, certain people are not around. Why academics not doing what he's doing, and we know that. Like, you know what I mean? Certain people are not around, so he's like, I'm not gonna even bother with these guys right now. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
But
true.
if certain people were around right now, he'd
He
be
probably
still tapped in and
just
trying to
def-
start problems, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Look what just happened, man. A lot of these young boys is locked up now. Like you feel me? Like freedom is a must. You know,
Yeah, freedom is a must. Free,
freedom is a
free
must
everybody. You know what I mean?
for
Free
everybody.
jobs, free everybody.
Well, yeah. So what's next for you? Like, what can people expect from you? Like, do you have any new music dropping, a website, like merch and things like that?
Yeah, I'm dropping website chaptizematter.ca, you know what I mean? Just now. And I got right now Yaya, my track, new track with a new video is about to drop. Mm, just wait on it, like, right before, you know, March 20th, March 25th, you know what I mean? Sorry about that, March 25th. And I got Ooh Damn dropping after that, you know what I mean, at the end of the month. And that's another video. So, like, you know, I have content coming out. And TLM Volume 2 is gonna drop April 5th, you know what I mean? And I have
Okay.
that pushed out. So
Okay, say less, say less. So I guess you got a lot of content that's gonna keep people engaged and entertained. So that's really dope. So before I let you go, man, let the people know where they could find you, your Instagram, your Spotify, and things like that, where they could buy your merch or whatever, where they could kind of like tap in with you.
Right now, you could tap into 724 Apex, right? .com for merch and stuff,
Yeah.
and for 724 merch and stuff. And right now, um, you could tap into my Instagrams is 724 Capo, my artist name 724 Capo on iTunes, Spotify, all of that.
Okay, all
Um,
right. I say less, man. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast, chopping it up with me. You know what I mean? I hope everybody gets to tap in with you in your music and checking what you got coming up next. And I appreciate everybody for listening right now. Listen to the podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in one more time to listen to the A&R for the Streets podcast. It was your boy A&R for the Streets, and this is Capo. You already know what it is, man. I'll at you, boy. I'm out.